Hey, how's it going everyone? It is Drago, and we're back with another episode of the Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest anime, episode 7. And this episode covers chapters 23 through 25, and that's just kind of the very start of chapter 25 of the Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest manga. And pretty much the only noticeable change I found is they obviously changed Lucy's outfit for this brand new arc, which is kind of a bummer for me because I would have loved to see what this outfit looked like animated, and they just went back to Lucy's 7-year gap outfit. Kind of a bummer that we didn't get a brand new Lucy outfit, even though we should have this episode. Hopefully for future outfits in 100-Year Quest, they don't just default it to an old outfit and not make the brand new one. As far as I can tell, that was really the only major change between the manga and anime. So most of this episode is taking place with the 100-Year Quest team and their aftermath of defeating Maricophobia. And some of my favorite parts of this episode were the multiple Natsu and Lucy moments. There's actually 2 that happened in this episode. The first is, Natsu kind of reflecting on this past battle and not remembering what happened and asking Happy, what did I do in that fight? I genuinely love the moment of Natsu apologizing to Lucy, knowing that she was the one that snapped him out of his rampage. And, he could have caused a lot more damage, but Lucy was there for him and, saved him. And I just kind of love that moment between them. It's so sweet, and I just love the dynamic between those two. Also, that Natsu felt like he had to immediately apologize to Lucy, that he knew he messed up and that she had to save him. And the second time between them was towards the end of this episode with Lucy in the girls' tent writing about their adventures, and she just offhandedly mentions Natsu's name, and I love that he immediately shows up like he was on Lucy's beckon and call. And even though she doesn't need him, I love Natsu's childish personality to where he sees Urza and Wendy asleep and he's like, oh dude, this is my time. I can get her back for what she did to me. Kind of a fun little Easter egg as well. The weapon that Urza attacks Natsu with when she wakes up and realizes that she had her face drawn on by Natsu is the weapon that she used in the Key of the Starry Heavens arc. So kind of cool that came back for one scene, which segues into another amazing moment from this episode. So the whole reason why Natsu wanted to get back at Urza and draw on her face was a scene that happened earlier in this episode, which is honestly one of the funniest scenes I think for 100-Year Quest so far. As they're going on to their next location, they're like, dang man, this country has no railroads or transportation. Gosh, we gotta go on foot everywhere. This country kind of sucks. And Lucy's in the background oh hey, yeah, there is trains here. I did research about this place. That's kind of weird that the map doesn't show that. And Natsu in the background is just so worried, oh no, they found me out. They know. I absolutely love the idea that Natsu and Wendy decided to go through all the maps and white out all the railways and transportation areas so they can't go on it so they don't get motion sick. I don't know, that was just the funniest bit to me in this whole episode. Otherwise, a pretty large portion of this episode was just focusing to wrapping up Maricophobia's story and just kind of saying goodbye to him and the whole town. I don't say I think those sections were nice. I mean, it's just kind of nice to see him have a happy life now. And probably what I'm most excited about is the end of this episode. You get the introduction of Fairy Nail, because that is going to be so fun to see all of those characters now and how everyone acts and is animated. And I hope that they have additional gags that they add to the episodes and kind of expand things out a bit more, because you obviously have regular Ursland, Edelus, and then you have the Fairy Nail crew, so it's going to be a little bit of fun. What are your guys' thoughts on this episode? I think last week was better, but I definitely had some highlight moments throughout this whole episode that I really enjoyed. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and this is Drago signing out.